Hello and welcome back to the channel Airbus What's It Doing Now, and to this episode heads up of the FMGC 1 and 2 fail. For those of you that are subscribed, or for those that have seen some of my videos before, I release these a few days ahead of the actual full release to give you the opportunity to get in touch and let me know if there's any areas that you particularly want to cover over and above what I plan to include. So do get in touch either on the channel here in the notes in the comments below, or through Facebook at Airbus What's It Doing Now. You can message me there privately and let me know if there's anything that you want to include, or perhaps you've had this in the simulator and found a particularly good way, a useful way of managing it. Any hints and tips that you may have had, or perhaps there might be some gaps in your knowledge, and I'll try and help out where I can. And of course, if you let me know, I'll try and include those areas in this video. So what I look to do here is, as I always do with these things, before we go into the system failures and the management of it, I look at a system overview just to sort of have a refresh on a basic understanding of the system itself. So look at the overview, the system components, FMGC, MCDU, FCU, and the facts, and just how they integrate. Not in massive detail, because of course that's all available in the FCOM, but a practical understanding of it. What else do we have a look at? We have a look at the modes of operations. So that will be the sort of standard mode that we're used to, the dual mode, the normal mode, if you like. We'll have a look at independent mode. That's the two FMGCs operating independently, of course. Then we'll have a single mode, so that's one FMGC working. And then we have a look at backup nav mode. Now, all of the aircraft are fitted with nav backup, and that's how we tune through the RMPs, but not all have backup nav. So we'll go into that in a little bit of detail, and how you identify whether your aircraft actually has it. So after looking through those modes, I'll go into those in quite a bit of detail, again on practical application, and then we'll go into the failures themselves and the consequences and the actions that we might want to consider taking. So first of all, obviously have a look at the single failure, what it's going to mean to us, how we go about a reset, and what ultimately we've got if we aren't able to reset. And then we'll have a look at the dual FMGC failure, which is obviously a lot more involved. We'll have a look at the priorities, such as flying nav com, what we might want to consider, how we go about getting the FMGCs back online, what we do whilst we're doing that, in terms of our situational awareness and workload management, and the importance of pilot monitoring, and particularly as the pilot flying in this circumstance is going to be pretty much at capacity flying the aircraft. Pilot monitoring has a huge role to play in the successful outcome of managing this failure. And again, we look at the nav backup and backup nav, and just a reminder on how we go and set up our radio navigation in the RMP, whether you have backup nav or not. We go through the ECAM, and then a bit of a summary at the end of just sort of some of the key points to remember and to take away, including things like approach planning, the type of approach that you might want to consider doing, how you're going to manage that, and some of the considerations such as RVSM, RMP capability, and landing capability, etc. So that's just a heads up on what's to come. If there's anything else that you want to see, please do get in touch. Hopefully I'll have this out to you in the coming days. Keep the plates spinning, and look forward to talking to you again very soon.